On that fragile line between glory and despair, Manchester United under Ruben Amorim finally found a breakthrough. Their 2-0 win over Sunderland in match week 7 of the Premier League wasn't just another 3 points. It felt like a fresh gust of wind sweeping through Old Trafford, blowing away the heavy clouds of doubt that had been hanging over the club. For Amorim, this wasn't just a game, it was a battle for survival. And in it, United showed signs of rebirth. New arrivals like Senne Lammens and Benjamin Šeško shone brightly, while Amorim's tactical tweaks proved decisive. Amid the skepticism and relentless pressure, United produced football that was both fluid and spirited, a reminder that the Red Devils can still rise when the moment demands it. The question now lingers. Could this victory be the turning point, the spark that reignites United's lost aura? And can Amorim prove that his gamble is indeed the right one to steer the club through the storms ahead? The past few weeks had plunged United into crisis, with Amorim walking a tightrope. A string of disappointing results, capped off by a crushing 3-1 defeat to Brentford, had left his job hanging by a thread. A broken midfield, a disjointed style of play, and reliance on out-of-form stars like Bruno Fernandes and Manuel Ugarte only deepened the fans' frustration. That's why Sunderland was no ordinary opponent. It was do or die. Another defeat could well have been the final straw, pushing Amorim to the brink of dismissal. But instead, United answered their critics with conviction. 2 goals inside the opening half-hour effectively killed the contest, and it might have been an even bigger margin if not for Sunderland goalkeeper Reup's heroics. This wasn't just about winning. It was about restoring belief, reigniting hope that brighter days may lie ahead. With Arsenal, Manchester City, and Chelsea already faced, United have navigated some of the league's toughest battles. Now, only Liverpool and Tottenham remain as the major tests on the horizon. The biggest headline from United's win over Sunderland was undoubtedly the dazzling debut of their new goalkeeper, Senne Lammens. He walked into this match carrying the weight of enormous pressure, especially with the goalkeeper position having been a lightning rod for controversy at Old Trafford. With Andre Onana gone and Altay Bayender crumbling under the weight of expectation after a string of costly errors, Amorim's decision to hand Lammens the gloves was more than just a gamble. It was a bold, decisive move, and the Belgian repaid that faith in full. Calm, assured, and mistake-free, he played a key role in securing United's first clean sheet of the 2025-26 season. While it may be too early to crown him as the long-term answer between the posts, his performance against Sunderland felt like a turning point. He brought much-needed stability to a defense that has too often looked fragile under pressure. But it wasn't just about Lammens. Benjamin Šeško is also beginning to look right at home in the unforgiving world of the Premier League. With United pouring nearly £200 million into their attack this summer, expectations have been sky-high for the Slovenian striker. And he's starting to deliver. His goal to seal the 2-0 victory marked his second in as many league matches, a sign not only of his sharp finishing, but of his growing comfort with the relentless pace and intensity of English football. Slowly but surely, Šeško is becoming the focal point United fans hoped for. Equally encouraging was the chemistry he's building with his new teammates, particularly Bryan Mbeumo. Operating as a right-sided number 10, Mbeumo was tireless, linking play with intelligence and providing the assist for Mason Mount's opener. Their slick combinations, combined with Šeško's presence up front, hinted at a new attacking identity for United, one far more fluid and effective than the disjointed front line that had been heavily criticized in recent months. The brilliance of Lammens and Šeško cannot be separated from the tactical clarity of Ruben Amorim. His 3-4-3 system, once heavily criticized as a poor fit for this United squad, finally clicked into place against Sunderland. And in doing so, Amorim proved that his persistence isn't stubbornness, it's conviction in a long-term vision. One of his boldest moves was deploying Amad Diallo as a right wing-back, a role that allowed the Ivorian to push forward relentlessly while still holding his own defensively. Diallo thrived, offering both solidity at the back and danger in attack. Meanwhile, Bruno Fernandes, pushed into a deeper role that doesn't necessarily suit him on paper, embraced the fight, combining grit with trademark creativity to thread incisive passes from midfield. That tactical flexibility extended further. Amorim's decision to start Mason Mount alongside Šeško and Diallo reshaped United's attacking dynamic. Mount's energy, movement, and link-up play brought balance, enabling United to dominate from the very first whistle. Choosing Mount over Matheus Cunha, a talented forward still struggling to regain sharpness after injury, was another gamble that paid off. At a moment when United desperately needed immediate results, Mount offered both experience and freshness, striking up sharp combinations with Šeško and Diallo. The message was clear. Amorim will back the players who fit the moment, not cling to reputations. With Lammens anchoring the defense, United looked more secure than they have in weeks, dictating the tempo and controlling the game with confidence. United's victory over Sunderland wasn't just a much-needed boost. It was Ruben Amorim's chance to win back the trust of fans and the board alike. For the first time in weeks, Old Trafford felt alive again. This was a Red Devils side that looked confident, clinical, and ready to seize the moment. After navigating a brutal run of fixtures against the league's heavyweights, this result sent a powerful message. Manchester United are far from finished. More importantly, the timing could not be better. With the international break providing 2 full weeks to regroup, Amorim now has the breathing room to refine his tactics and help new signings like Senne Lammens and Benjamin Šeško settle more deeply into the squad. And looming on the horizon is a date that could define United's season: the English derby against Liverpool on October 19th. That clash will be the true litmus test. Liverpool may be wobbling after 3 straight defeats in all competitions, but Arne Slot's side still possesses frightening talent. Mohamed Salah, Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak. Yet, as Chelsea recently exposed, Liverpool's flanks have become a vulnerability. With Lammens providing newfound stability in goal, Šeško growing sharper by the week, and the creativity of Bryan Mbeumo and Mason Mount clicking into gear, United may just have the weapons to exploit those weaknesses. For Amorim, the challenge is clear. Maintain the flexibility and boldness he showed against Sunderland. Stick with players who fit the moment, keep faith in his long-term structure, and dare to push the team forward when the stakes are highest. Looking further ahead, this win symbolized more than 3 points. It hinted at a United rediscovering its identity. The fog of doubt is beginning to lift. The new faces are bedding in, Amorim's ideas are taking shape, and Old Trafford is starting to believe again. But this is the Premier League. Every mistake is punished, every slip magnified. To sustain momentum, United must keep building consistency, harness the energy of their newcomers, and show resilience when adversity returns. Amorim has rolled the dice, and for now he's brought hope back to the red half of Manchester. The question is, can he and his players turn this hope into a launch pad, overcoming Liverpool and restoring the Red Devils' place among the Premier League elite? That is the biggest question right now.